In today's video, we're going to be doing episode 14 of Making College PDFs Accessible. Welcome to the Accessibility Guide channel. My name is Sean Jordison, and let's jump right in. All right, let's check out the avc.edu homepage. And the first thing that I'm going to do is select the search button, and then let's search their website for .pdf. The first thing that I see is some minutes from 2016, 2017. Let's select that link. And here are some agenda minutes. Let's go ahead and take this agenda.pdf. And this is Antelope Valley College's Associated Students Organization Executive Council. And let's go ahead and download this file. Take a peek at what's wrong with part of this document. I'm going to open up the tags button to begin reviewing. Oh, and lo and behold, there are no tags in this document. So this document completely fails accessibility. The first thing that I personally like to do is get a baseline structure inside of this file. And so to do that, we are going to select the Prepare for Accessibility button. And then we are going to automatically tag the PDF. All right, and so what it did was it just ran the auto tagger on this document. And I gotta tell you, it looks pretty amazing based on first glance here. So let's go ahead and walk the tags panel. So the first thing that it finds is a figure tag. We then have our H1 element, followed by a P tag, followed by a P tag, and then it appears to break down these different elements into a heading 2 structure, followed by a list elements, which I'm not mad at. We've got H2 paragraph, H2 list item. This really saves me a lot of time in terms of needing to develop a list item. I can't believe how good this list item went into here. And we have our P tags, H2. Wow, I mean, it tagged it perfectly. I feel a little dumbfounded, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and check the figure tag alt text. I'm going to right click the figure tag, select properties, and let's give it some alternate text for images. We are gonna say Antelope Valley College's Associated Student Organization logo. And then we'll select close. Now let's check out the metadata. I'm going to select the file button, the menu button, and then select document properties. And let's update a couple pieces of this. We're gonna give this a title of Agenda for July 8th AVC meeting. The author will be Associated Student Organization. The subject will be agenda, and the keywords can also be agenda just for now. And then we'll select OK. Next, let's go ahead and run the accessibility checker on it. I'm going to select the All Tools button and then select Prepare for Accessibility and then choose Check for Accessibility. We have all of our categories selected, 32 of 32, and then I'm going to select Start Checking. And it appears that I don't have any other elements to fix. Our logical reading order will always need a manual check. Our color contrast will always need a manual check. Let's go ahead and save the file. So I'm going to open up the PAC 2024 tool, and we are going to test this file. And it looks like we have a couple of errors for PDF UA. Let's go ahead and open up our results in detail and our structured tree, possible inappropriate use of a span element on that first content. Let's open up our tags panel and expand this out. Again, this always is interesting to me that it's throwing a failure. I'm not sure why this failure even exists. We're just gonna take all of this content and move it out of the span tag into the paragraph tag, and then we will delete those span tags out. Let's go back to the pack tool, and we need to do the same thing for this H1. We're just gonna take that content out and move it under the H1 and then delete these span tags again. Let's go back to the pack tool. So that's fixed. Let's move on to the next figure structure element, possible inappropriate use. Well, let's see. Let's right click the figure tag, select properties, and let's select edit tag. In my A dictionary, I'm going to select new item, and let's set the placement to inline and select OK. OK. I'm not sure if that will fix it, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to test the file again. We still got a problem with our structure tree. I'm going to open up that placement attribute again and change it to block. And let's see if that will get rid of it instead of the inline. The figure tag needs the block attribute instead of the inline attribute. All right, now we're missing alternative descriptions and metadata for PDF UA. Those are pretty easy to fix. We need to open up our pre-flight menu, and this is under print production. And then we want to set pre-flight, and we're gonna select the single wrench, and let's search for annotation. And we want to set this option called create content entry for link annotations. And then we'll select fix. We need to save the file and close the pre-flight menu. Now we need to add the PDF UA identifier. We're going to select the pre-flight button again, and this time we're going to search for UA, and we have the option set PDF UA1 entry, and then select fix, and then save the file. Close it. Let's open up the pack tool once again and drag our file in there. And now we have our PDF UA passing, our WCAG passing, and our quality tab. We're currently failing because this document doesn't have any bookmarks, but the bookmarks are only required if our document is 9 or more pages. So that concludes episode 14 of Making College PDFs Accessible. I would give this document an accessibility guide score of 1 out of 10 just because it was a completely untagged document. But when I ran the auto tagger on it, it seemed that it was able to identify all of the tags, which tells me chances are they actually just created their PDF incorrectly. If you want to find out how I can help you get accessible, take a look at the link in the description of this video. And as always, I can be your personal accessibility expert. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next episode. I can make your documents accessible, whether you have PDF documents, PowerPoint files, Word documents. To find out how I can help you get accessible, check out the link in the description.